What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Sullivan Square Podcast. I'm Tyler Sullivan, and I'm with
Michael Sullivan, episode 2.
episode
Sullivan
2
Squared.
of the Sullivan Squared Podcast. If you guys haven't watched episode 1 yet, we highly recommend that you guys go and watch it. I completely recommend watching the entire video. If you don't remember, I had some friends who were just watching the clips on Instagram, and I was getting a lot of negative comments my way with a lot of takes that I had on the podcast. And, after they watched the entire video, they read everything in context. I got a couple of apologies from them saying, wow, your takes were not as terrible as I thought they were in full
No, they were
context.
bad. You can't defend Greek pizza and expect to win anything in life. You can't ever say Greek pizza
Hey,
is
I'm
good
not
at.
saying that Greek pizza is the greatest pizza. I'm just saying that Greek pizza is better than the Sicilian.
We're gonna
However,
cut it
that is
here.
just,
We're
we're
gonna
not going
cut
to
it
talk
here.
about that. That was from
Yeah.
the last video. I have my opinions. You have your opinions. The
Today we're
crowd
gonna
has
be
spoken as well on the podcast. That's one thing that people will stay in agreements with. I don't think I got a lot of support for the Greek pizza. I'm sorry, Brothers Pizza. I'm sorry, all the other Greek pizza nations out there. I still love you guys. But
from what I heard from a lot of the audience that has criticized it is they want more like hyper focused on one or two, three things an episode
mhm.
than jumping around a bunch of times. But so I think today we're gonna focus a lot on the NBA, a lot on the finals, some off-season stuff, maybe talk about a few more things other than that. But we're gonna try to narrow our episodes down to specific topics and then branch off a little bit. Like sometimes it'll be sports, sometimes it'll be life, and yeah. So we're gonna try to stay more organized with that.
And we do appreciate all the recommendations that you guys have. We want to do this. We want to make it as entertaining for you guys as possible. I know that me and you have fun the first episode. I think it's going to be a lot of fun
Yeah,
making it. But we do want to hear all of your opinions as well so that, we can keep bettering ourselves for you guys.
yeah, for sure. I think today we're gonna talk a lot about the finals, like we said. Is there anything specific you want to talk about? Last time we were on the podcast, the Knicks were up 2-0. That was right before Game 3.
Yep. And then
The
the
Spurs came
Spurs were
back.
able to squeak one out
They squeaked it out.
at Madison, thinking it was supposed to be going to be a competitive series. We were
Yeah,
thought that Game 4 was going to also be very well,
we
not
started
so
watching.
competitive.
Yeah, we started watching Game 4, and it was a beatdown from the beginning.
Yeah, we thought it was over by the second quarter, by halftime. would think.
Yeah, it was definitely a
You know,
beatdown.
I'm very glad. If I had a couple buddies over that night, but I would say that if a couple buddies were not over, I think I would have been in bed by halftime. So
Yeah,
I'm very glad for Connor and Jake for sticking around and watching that game because that was a hell of a game. I don't know what
turned
you
out
got
to be
any
one of
takes.
the greatest NBA Finals game ever.
Yeah,
Definitely one of the best I've ever seen. Unfortunately, it was by the Knicks, but
well, unfortunately for some people, but very fortunate for others.
yeah,
I know one of my buddies had a very good night last night with the Knicks win.
yeah. Jake, shout out to him. He
Yep.
put $80 on the Knicks last night. It was a like boosted bet. He got like some type of deal with it, so he really spent 40. Took the Knicks when they were down 30.
At half.
Cashed out for $1,200.
Yep. Insane.
Crazy. That's besides the point. Shout out to Jake.
I'm very glad that I did not touch that game last night
Yeah, no,
because
it was crazy.
I would have taken, at the start, I would have taken the Spurs to win it, and I would have looked very good. And then at halftime, I would have just said, you know what?
Going to bed.
For shits and gigs, I might even just put a couple dollars down on the Knicks. And you know what, though? I'm very happy that I didn't bet anyways. I just got to truly enjoy, relax, and I got to see other people sweat it out. So I got to see how other people felt during that
Yeah,
time.
it was a great game. It was great to watch, and definitely a sweater.
Oh, yeah.
Makes you sweat. All right, so let's talk about the finals. So, like we said, we got into it a little bit. The Knicks were up 2-0, coming back to MSG. Game 3, Wemby played well.
I thought Wemby
Um,
played very well that game. I think a lot of his he had a lot of assisting too from Stephon Castle
yep,
and even like Champagny, Vassell. All those guys really stepped up, made big shots, got stops when they needed to.
definitely a statement game. A lot of people thought it was over.
Yes.
Um, and then after Game 3, I was like, can the Spurs Game 4 and tie it up. They came out strong, dominated the whole first half. Even through the third quarter, they held a 15-point lead,
Mm-hmm.
but they're up 30 in the second quarter at one point.
And
The Knicks did what the Knicks do, and they were a fourth quarter team.
They are a fourth quarter team, and this is my problem. I think with the Spurs. The Spurs they always come out hot. Every game that
Dude, they've been up
I've
double
seen,
digits in all four of the games this series. Been up double digits. Maybe they might. Nah, I don't know. They've been up double digits in all four games this series.
they've been up. Yeah, they've been up a lot. But the thing is, they just come out so hot and they come out so fast and firing too early, which is great. But like, it's just I don't know if they really just try to take a step back a little bit and they feel like they're in cruise control starting the second half, or if they just get gassed out going into the second half. Whatever it is, it just really kills them going into the third quarter. And I would say by I think it was 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter yesterday, I said the Knicks are going to win this game. I think it was when they were down 13, and that's when the Spurs called the timeout because I forget who hit the big shot. Maybe it was it OG? Maybe I can't remember who it was, but
with 8 minutes left, I know Alvarado had a big one.
that might have been Alvarado.
Josh Hart had a one that like kind of started it.
Yeah, I can't remember who
OG Anunoby had hit shots all game like he has all series.
Dude,
that guy's been insane.
I don't know how many years left he has on that contract, but he needs a pay raise.
I'd like to see him in a Celtics jersey.
I would love to see him in a Celtics jersey. Just as not even he would be a great 6th or 7th man off the bench. He's not going to be a starter, but
he might be, bro.
No.
Yeah.
A starter?
Dude. How much
who's he starting over?
He had 30 points the last two games.
The last two games. But who's he starting over? Because he's a wing guy, right? He's not starting over Brown or Tatum. He's not a point guard, so that means that's not going to be him over White.
I don't know how long Jalen's going to be here.
Which
we'll get into.
We will get into later on.
Into a lot later.
But I'm just saying, from this last year's team, I'd say
I think even though he's the same like technically position as Brown and Tatum, he plays a different game. He's a defensive guy that scores when it's needed. Like he's not like a needs the ball in his hand guy. He's a defensive guy. He makes plays on defense and he hits shots when he's needed to. Like it's legit like the most reliable player you could have right now, it seems like.
Which is what I would want exactly off of the bench.
It seems like he doesn't need his shots every game, but when they need him to hit shots, he's there.
You know what he would have been great? Like, you know what he would have been an even better complimentary piece on, which you didn't need him for? He kind of reminds me of that, like, 2024 Celtics finalists team, the championship team.
He's like a 6'6" non-point guard Drew Holiday, or 6'8" non-point guard Drew Holiday.
Mm-hmm. But like remember how deep we were? Reliable. Remember how deep our bench was, though?
The Knicks remind me of that right now.
That's exactly what they remind me of. But I'm saying OG Anunoby with, like, even this year, I would say, coming off the bench, you just have him come in for, like, a Brown or a Tatum. Like, you're taking a step down for sure, but, like, still, he's producing good minutes. He's going to give you plus time on the court, too. He's not going to give you any minus time. And what I like about him, too, he's just a hustler.
Yeah.
Like, did you think of that end of that game yesterday? Brunson took up that three-pointer from almost the logo.
Yeah.
And out of nowhere, basically, he just crashes, and he hits that layup.
Yeah.
That's just
comes flying out of nowhere, tips it in. If the Spurs are a tip in and a pass off the back of Castle away from being up 3-1 right now.
Yep. He's not a skill that's not skill.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's not skill. That's not talent. That's just hard work and effort right there. And that's kudos to the Knicks for, putting him in a good position to succeed. And I really hope nothing but the best for him. He seems like a genuine guy, too. Did you see his press conference after the game? Well, not press conference,
I think he's a good dude. I don't love a lot of the guys from that Knicks team. I respect Jalen Brunson's game a lot. I don't love him, though, because
he does flop a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's a good leader, but I don't agree with a lot of his on-the-court stuff. But I think he's perfect for that system. But OG Anunoby, I can't say a bad thing about. I think he's a good dude.
Oh, yeah.
And he's a great player.
He seemed determined. Like, after the game, too, he wasn't overly excited about that game winner. He wasn't, he was just ready to move on to game 5, basically, because, I think he's not caring as much about a singular win. I think he's looking more so ahead towards that Larry O'Brien trophy.
That's the one thing I liked about Brunson's press conference last night, too. Like, they were asking him, like, what he's going to do to celebrate, or it was something about, like, how he's feeling. He's like, celebrate what? Like, we haven't done anything yet. It reminded me a lot of Kobe's What's there to be excited about? Anyways.
Job's not finished.
Yeah, job's not finished.
All right, I got a question for you then. Staying on topic with OG Anunoby.
Yeah.
So you're aware what DraftKings does a lot is they have like Finals MVP odds and everything. I'm gonna look it up really quickly. Do
I
you
know
think
Cat's odds plummeted yesterday.
do you think that there's a world where OG Anunoby could overtake it all Jalen Brunson for the
MVP.
Finals MVP? Not just because of last night's game, but he's been averaging
100%.
roughly 25 a game, and he's just been locked down like a knockdown shooter, lockdown defender. Do you think that there's ever a world where you could see something like Jaylen Brown was over
100
Tatum?
million%. Like, what it reminds me a lot of, trying to think of the year, maybe it was 2015 when Andre Iguodala won it over Stephen Clay and Draymond on that Warriors team. He's had big games in the finals, exactly what OG Anunoby is doing. I could 100% see him taking the finals MVP. What's his odds at right now?
I'm looking at it right now. So, series MVP player, series player props, series props, awards. So, Jalen Brunson is minus 110 right now to win Finals MVP. OG comes in second right now at plus 210.
I'm taking OG.
Yep.
Also, like, from what history has been in the past, it's not always the best player that wins Finals MVP. It's a different award. It's like whoever comes up the biggest.
Right.
And it seems like so far OG has. And I don't know why he's not favored. Maybe I know that Jalen Brunson's the number one guy, but I think OG Anunoby has had a way more impactful finals so far than Jalen Brunson has.
Okay.
And they've both been great.
Yeah, they've been both fantastic. All right, let me ask you this: we've named the top two so far that are Finals MVP on the Finals MVP list. What are the next three?
So number one right now is Jalen Brunson. Number two is Anunoby.
Yep, Brunson's minus 110. And
give me Wemby at 3.
Wemby is at 3. He's at plus 390 right now.
At 4, give me Cat.
Yep, he's at plus 2,800. And number 5,
Castle.
it is Castle. But I
That's
think
pretty good.
That's not bad. It's expected, but
yeah,
it's not bad. Let me tell you this: Karl Anthony Towns is at plus 2,800 odds to win the MVP, Finals MVP right now. And you said Stephon Castle's number 5.
Yes.
What's Stephon Castle at for odds to win Finals MVP? If I just said that Karl Anthony Towns is at plus 2,800.
He has like the worst odds, or not worst, but worst of that list.
He has the worst of that list.
Give me Stephon Castle at 2,200.
No, I'm saying Cat's at 2,800. So Castle has to be worse odds than 2,800.
Isn't 2,200 worse odds?
2,200 is better odds. The smaller the odds, the better the chance.
I'm thinking of it backwards right now.
Yes. He needs to be plus 29
I know
plus 28 or more.
Plus 32.
3,200?
Yeah.
More.
What is it?
He's plus 25,000 to win Finals MVP.
You bet $100 to win 25,000.
You win 25. Yeah.
I mean, dude, if they come back and win the series, and if the Spurs come back, he has second best odds. So if you put $100 on that, and the Spurs come back to win, you have a 1 in. I'll say Wemby probably.
Wemby's gonna win it if the Spurs do somehow make a miracle comeback win.
I think they're gonna win games. The Spurs are gonna win Game 6.
I think they're gonna win
Game 5.
I think they're gonna win Game 5 too. I just don't think they're gonna go back to Madison Square Garden. I
don't know. It seems like they've played better there. If they come back and win at MSG Game 6, say they win Game 5, if they come back and win Game 6, going back to San Antonio for a Game 7 it's anyone's series.
Oh, 100%. I just don't think it's going to be going to Game 7.
I think it's at least going 6.
I think it's 100% going to go 6. I don't think that the Knicks are going to win in San Antonio. I think
not to get conspiratorial or anything. I don't even know if I used that word right there. But I think the NBA doesn't want this ending in 5.
I don't think so either.
This is one of the best finals we've seen in so long, and almost everybody and their mother are watching. I think the calls are going to be in favor of San Antonio on Saturday.
Who do you think? What do you think's been the best NBA Finals in the 2020s so far?
I mean, it's got to go to. Oh wait, no, 2020s. It has to be this.
This one's the best one, you think?
Yeah, like as a Celtics fan, obviously 2024.
But that wasn't really a series. That was a 5-game
Yeah, it was
series.
a gentleman's sweep. We should have won in 4. Dropped one in Game 4 there at Dallas, and came home and murdered them in Game 5.
That was awesome.
Yeah, as a Celtics fan, that 2 week span was one of the greatest 2 weeks of my life.
Oh my gosh. I just remember running up and down the streets that night, going absolutely nuts.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
I think I felt like I was gonna wake up the neighbors.
Yeah, no, the whole city was awake.
And
I need that feeling again.
Yeah, but going back to what I was saying with the finals, basically, or the finals, we said, what would you rank the Celtics at then in the 2020s for the finals? For a Celtics fan, it's fantastic, but overall,
it's probably the worst.
Yeah,
nobody wants to see that.
No one wants to see that.
It was a beatdown every single game, and then
the only time it wasn't a beatdown is when they beat down on us in Dallas.
I mean, all right, let's rank them. 2020s. So in 2020, the Lakers won the bubble.
They won the bubble against Miami, right?
Yeah, they did.
Would you put that up there as like a top 3 just because we had no sports basically during that time?
It was good in the moment.
It was great in the moment.
Looking back on it, like having no fans there, it takes away a big aspect.
It does. That does suck. But you had absolutely you had nothing going that summer basically. So just
the bubble was awesome. Like they put on a good.
Yeah, I thought they did a really good job.
They made the best of the worst situation.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna put that. So we got 6.
Well, let's go through all of them real quick. So we had the bubble one, which was the Lakers, and you had the Heat.
2021 was the Bucks. Phoenix. Let's see what that series went. I want to say 6 or maybe 7.
No, I think that was 6. I think that was a 4-2 win.
Yeah, it did go to 6. 2022 we had the Celtics versus Warriors.
Warriors ended up winning that one in 6.
Yeah,
that one wasn't horrible, but I think that
we've had a drought of great NBA finals because the 2010s. We had great NBA finals.
Oh yeah, with the Spurs and not the Spurs, with the Cavs and with the Warriors.
Even what's it called? Warriors, Raptors, Kawhi Leonard.
Yep.
We were spoiled 2010s. But I mean, this has definitely been the greatest finals, even though the Knicks have a chance to win in 5 right now. Every game's been a battle.
It has been. And
the Spurs have led, and the Knicks just crawl back.
I don't think a game's been more than I don't think that either team's lost by 6 or more points this whole finals.
Yeah.
You know what it kind of reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of when the Celtics versus the Pacers in 2024, where we swept them, but it shouldn't have been a sweat. Like it could have gone. That game could have gone
all
7
4
series,
games. 100%. The margin total was probably like under 12 points between every 4 game combined.
Yeah, well, the first game 1 was a 1-point game. Game 2 was like a 2 or 3 point game. Game 3, when you had Drew Holiday stole the ball, that was a 1 or 2 point game. Like it was just all
crazy
close games.
Yeah,
hold on real quick. Sorry, was that just a goal? Sorry for those who are watching right now. We have a live feed right now of the Hurricanes and the Golden Knights game right now. Where last thing that I saw, the Hurricanes were up 3-1. So I'll keep you guys updated on that as well right now. But going back to what we were talking about. So that was 2022 was the Bucks versus the Suns, right? And that was a 6-game series?
Yeah.
2023 brought us to Nuggets versus...
2023 was Nuggets.
No, sorry. 2022 was Celtics versus Warriors. 2023 was Nuggets versus... Who did the Nuggets face?
2023. Not the Sixers, not the Bucks. Nuggets. Why are we blanking? Was it the Heat?
No, was it?
Yeah. Yeah, it was for sure.
Was it versus the Heat?
Let's see. Yeah, Nuggets Heat.
Nuggets Heat. That one was an okay one. Yeah, I don't think that one was anything great. 2024, you had Celtics versus Mavs. Those are just tough rankings. I think that
It's tough to rank.
This is definitely one. I might put the bubble at 2.
Yeah,
just because it was just sports again. Basically, the whole world is closed down, but you had sports a little bit. And
2021 Bucks versus Phoenix.
Number 3, number 4. Do you put?
As a Celtics fan, obviously, Celtics is number 1, but I think Celtics takes 4 spot here.
4 spot for the Celtics.
Maybe not. Maybe even lower.
Yeah,
from like an NBA perspective.
Because it was a 5-game series, it was not that close.
Maybe that's the worst. What do we got left to rank? 2024, 2025 was
Pacers versus
OKC. That
one was kind of not great.
I'm putting that last. Celtics at 5, and then 2023 Nuggets Heat at 4.
Okay.
And then bubble 1.
No, bubble was 2. I thought.
Bubble 2.
Then right now we put this finals at number 1.
I hope they can crawl back and make the 7-game series, and this could be one of the greatest finals of all time.
I 100% agree. That would be really cool to see.
Yeah.
So
we'll watch out for that. Should we hit up Anthony, get a little call in, and then go to that, see what he talks about there, and then go to Celtics offseason after?
Yeah.
All right, we got our first ever call in for the show. Anthony Chisulo wanted to speak his mind, so we're gonna see what he has for us. Text him. Until then,
well, do you want to talk a little bit about Celtics offseason until
I think I want to wait. I definitely want to wait.
All right, what else do you want to talk about with the finals then?
Oh, here we go. Anthony, welcome to the pod.
Hello.
First ever
Sullivan Square Podcast.
First ever guest. What's on your mind, pal?
It's a pleasure, first of all. Just wanted to let you guys know that. All right, so first thing I kind of wanted to touch on was this past, I guess, yesterday's game.
Yeah, we just talked about that, so that's perfect, actually. We're rolling.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know what you guys have talked about so far, but first of all, what I really wanted to say is I don't think Wemby is getting enough hate for how bad he played down the stretch.
What do you mean?
I feel like he is the superstar player. Like, superstar player on that team, he should not be allowing his team to blow 30-point lead. Like,
yeah, unacceptable for sure.
Oh, Aaron Fox missed, or he shot the ball when he should have just gone around the baseline and taken a foul.
Well, here's the thing, though. I have a question for you. You blame Wemby, but do you also blame the coaching staff for not calling timeouts when they need to? Do you blame everyone else? Because at the end of the game, it was a lot of 1-on-5s. You saw like them just pass the ball, chuck up a shot, pass the ball, chuck up a shot. Do you blame more than just Wemby, or is it 100% all Wemby, in your opinion?
I think it is also on the coach because they were up 30 and Wemby only missed like 5 minutes of actual play time. Like, he didn't get subbed out. Like, Cornette barely played. Like, I do think that's on the coach. But again, as the superstar player, I really don't think you can be allowing a team to come back 30 points on you. That's kind of just my
I think the story of the series is for the Spurs, the lights got too bright and a lot of points. And a lot of the players haven't wanted the ball in their hands, and that comes with experience in these moments. For example, Fox at the end of the game throwing the ball away yesterday. In game 2, Wemby throwing the ball at Castle's back instead of taking it up the court himself in a tied game and trying to hit a game winner. He gives it up to a guy who's not looking at the ball. Like, as a star in this league, you got to want the ball in your hands, especially in the moments at the end of the game. And it seems like the lights have been too bright for the Spurs, in my opinion, so far.
Mm-hmm. The thing with Wemby, too, going really quickly, Wemby, do you know how many minutes he played in that second half yesterday?
I don't.
He played 23 out of 24 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Like he played.
They were leading for most of it, and he played after most of it. I don't understand that.
Yes, but continue.
Yeah, like I was saying, like the first 2 games they had big leads, they had double-digit leads. Yeah, in the first 2 games as well, and they blew those. Like, I really think, like you said, the lights are just too bright. Like, this is a young, inexperienced team, and I think as bad as Wemby does want it, like, he is like a killer instinct. Like, he's inexperienced. Like, he doesn't know yet.
Yeah, yep. I agree, and I said that from the beginning. Like, Tyler, if you can fact check me here, I said the Spurs are going to have a lot of trouble in this finals because the Knicks are a much more experienced team.
You did say that. I will give you props
before any games happened.
I thought it was going to be a quick series, but not.
With that being said, I don't
think
think it's over. I think the Spurs still could come back. I know everybody's saying it's over. I think at least this is going to 6. And then Game 6, Spurs need to scratch and claw one out. And then anything could happen in Game 7. But I don't think the Spurs lose Game 5.
I don't know if you've seen. It wasn't the corgi. It's a different animal. It's a different dog. It was like the same kind of concept where like he chooses the games, and he is 4 for 4 right now. He predicted the Knicks being down up 3-1, and
Okay.
Did he actually?
Yeah.
And what's his rest of the predictions at?
Yeah, Spurs in 7.
Wow.
Really,
Yeah.
dude, this Corgi. Going back real quick, Corgi from the Eastern or the Western Conference Finals too, picked everything I heard immaculately too, dude. I've seen this Corgi all the time, and honestly, whenever I see like a Patriots or a Celtics with the Corgi, I just scroll past it. I can't watch it because I know it's gonna be. He has the script. I swear to God, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Now I kind of want to talk about the Red Sox a little bit.
We're open to that. We haven't had a lot of Sox talk, so you're a guy for that.
Like, I kind of just want to start off with saying, like, I think Craig Breslow has done, like, a good job constructing this team and, like, fixing the flaws that past Red Sox teams, like, the last couple of years have had. Like,
that's a hot take right now.
Exactly, yeah. But the defense is middle of the pack, but that's a good thing considering they've been ranked dead last the last, like, 3 years. The pitching is one of the best in the league. The young guys, the old guys, the injuries have been bad, but he's constructed this pitching staff, which is one of the best in the league. But the problem is, in doing that, he has just completely decimated the bats. Like, he has put no attention to it. He has just relied on the young guys progressing enough to the point where they're league average hitters. And that just hasn't happened because you're looking at Marcelo Meyer, who's below average. You're looking at Caleb Durbin, who up to this point has been terrible. He had a good couple games recently, but, like, terrible. Ceddanne Rafaela, he's having a good year, but still, like, at his best, he's a below average hitter. So, like, he just has neglected the bats to a point where you're going to have to either make a huge splash and sign someone that's, like, one of the best hitters in the league, or, yeah, that's really it. That's what it's come to, I feel like.
Yeah, they need hitting.
So, I want to go back to this real quick. You think I'll give you Craig Breslow's done a really good job with the pitching. Like, the pitching, I'm honestly very happy with. The fielding, even, sure, that's fine. You still think he's done a good job, though? Other than he sucks.
Yeah, I think he has fixed the team in the points where they needed it. And again, like, he neglected the bats, and that's where I think he has done a bad job. But I don't think it's to the point where he should be fired, to be honest.
I completely disagree. So let me ask you this real quick. Who on this Red Sox team would you keep? Because I have my keepers so far on this Red Sox team, and I'd say only one of them could be a batter. Who's your Who are your keepers right now for this Red Sox team?
I think you got to keep even, like, I think Roman's a given.
That's my one person I'm keeping so far. That's a hitter.
You need to keep Crochet, Tolley, and
Early.
Early, yeah.
I agree with those 3. So 4 for 4 so far.
I really think that's it.
All right, I'm in complete agreement with you. Everyone else is up on the trade block. I've heard potentially keeping Willie Abreu. I've heard potentially keeping Ceddanne Rafaela. If you can get a certain trade package for them, sell them away.
Yeah, I think you're already saying goodbye to Chapman. You're already saying goodbye to Contreras, Sonny Gray, like those guys who you just added, or Chapman.
Well, those are the only people that you can get pieces for because everyone else blows. They suck.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you're trying to clean house realistically. Like Sam Kennedy said in an interview today, he said, like, if things don't turn around, then we're gonna blow it up. And that's where it looks like it's heading because this team can't hit. Like Caleb Durbin, and then that's the other thing. When they do decide, hey, we're gonna have a game where we're gonna put up, 8 runs, the pitching staff implodes. Like, it's literally one or the other. But it's like 9 times out of 10 there'll be a good pitching game. The 10th game, bad pitching game, good hitting. So it's just,
I'd be very curious right now. If you put this current Boston Red Sox lineup up against the Worcester Woo Sox, I honestly think it's going to be a competitive ball game.
Yeah, I really
I don't know who's going to win that
bad.
game. If I could put money on either team, I'm sure that the Woo Sox for sure are going to be plus odds. But I would put 100%. I would put my money on the Woo Sox because I want a chance to win money, and I think I have a better shot at winning money.
That's crazy.
This Red Sox team sucks.
Realistically, you are fielding a quadruple A batting order. Like,
this is 100%. This is a glorified AAA batting team.
Like you're like you look at who was supposed to be like Duran. Duran's one of the worst hitters like on the team. He strikes out 3 times a game every time, and he'll have one or 2 games where it's like, oh, is he starting to heat up a little bit, and then just straight back down.
We kind of missed our chance to trade him a few years ago.
Yeah, you had a shot of getting him away 2 years ago. I loved him. I still love him. He's still I love him as a person, but like, he's just nothing, and it hurts to see.
Mm-hmm.
And I think another thing they got to do too, if you really want to clean house, and I know he's not going to do it, you got to get rid of John. You got to somehow, as fans of Boston, and I'm doing this for you, Boston fans, keep going to the Sox games, keep chanting, sell the team, do anything you can to try and get this man John Henry out of town, because it has just not been good this year. It has not been good for a while for this Red Sox team, and I am honestly tired of all the losing, and I'm ready to start winning again. This is a top 3 market in the MLB for spending. I know that we did spend top 10 or 12 this year for the MLB. We got to be in top 3 for spending. We got to be up there. I'm not saying that it got to be the Dodgers, but you got to be competitive with the Yankees. You got to be competitive with all these big league markets out there. You can't just keep, being middle of the pack and just expecting to be, trying to be a wild card team. You got to be a championship team. You're the Boston Red Sox.
We could start a petition, a Sullivan Square Podcast petition to get John Henry out of here.
Dude, I will make. Have you seen people with the paper bags and stuff at the Red Sox games? I will start wearing the paper bags over my head to get to the Red Sox game. Anything to prove a point that this team stinks.
But to that point where it's the budget, you look at how the team is like spread out and like this spending wise, the pitching takes up a good 80%, 70%, 80% of the payroll. You have Ranger Suarez, you have Gary Crochet, Sonny Gray, like they're all making good money. And then you look at the batting lineup. You have, Wilson Contreras, he's making good money. And then after that, everyone else is on these rookie contracts, like these arbitration contracts where they're not making good money. They're yet to have extensions, except for Anthony, who's making $8 million. Like, it's like, I really think they need to focus solely on hitting for a little bit. And then, because even you look at the farm system right now, they have Franklin Arias in the top 10. He's the same way. He's a defense first player. He's not gonna hit 300 with 20 home runs. Like, he is gonna hit like 260 with 10 home runs. Like, that's their top prospect right now. Like, it's just the hitting in the farm system, the hitting overall on the team is just at a terrible place right now, and there's no way you can repair it because it's just been so bad lately.
This is another thing I want to talk about. It's the farm system. That's all I hear now with Boston sports, with baseball, is the farm system. I don't care about the farm system as much. I should be caring more so about the actual Red Sox. Instead, I'm hearing about who's on first at Worcester Woo Sox or the Portland Sea Dogs.
Market thing they're talking about. This is like a Tampa Bay Rays type of thing.
This is exactly what Tampa Bay Rays do. This is what all the small market teams do. They build up their farm system so that they can have somewhat of a successful, major league team. No. Like I said, you're the Red Sox. Go out there, John Henry, get your wallet out and start spending, please. Get some big market guys over here.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
My question.
My blood boils when it comes to the Red Sox.
My question to you two, in the past years, the Red Sox have had a lot of downswings and then hit hot streaks, hit crazy streaks where it seems like they're uncontrollably winning. Do they have a run in them this year where they go on a hot streak and can make it to the playoffs?
No.
I don't think so, no.
You've already blown up your coaching staff. You're already talking about selling everybody off. You even have talks. You've had not even your owner. Your owner can't even talk right now because God knows what he's doing. He cares too much about his Fenway Sports Group and Liverpool and all that crap. He has Sam Kennedy out here who's just a puppet for him that's talking, oh, we're not going to be getting rid of Craig Breslow right now, and we're gonna have him for the rest of the year. They care more so probably about getting rid of him towards the end of the season. I think that's what they care about. They care about blowing everything up and worrying about next season. If there is a season next season, you get the strikeout coming next year too. So that's what I'm also afraid of. What if they actually keep Breslow because I don't want to go out and spend new money on the chairman of or CEO of baseball operations or whatever because we're gonna have a lost season. That's what I'm also afraid of, that we're gonna keep Breslow because of next year's possible lockout with the MLB.
But my also, like, I really, again, you've expressed your dislike with Breslow, but like if you look at his ads, he really, like, yeah, every GM makes a bad move or two, but like he has added more good than bad, like in free agency and like the trades.
How's the kid in Milwaukee doing?
Well,
How's
yeah,
the pitcher in Milwaukee
like
doing?
that, like, yeah, that happens.
For Durbin, that was a great trade.
But last year you signed Aroldis Chapman to a 1-year prove-it deal.
Yeah, that was a great. I will give him credit for that one.
This year you traded 2 bums for Wilson Contreras. He's one of the best hitters in the league. Who else? They added Ranger Suarez. Ranger Suarez again is like proving himself to be worth that deal they gave him.
Like, I have no problem with Breslow with the pitching department. That's the one area I will actually give him his props, is his flowers. He's done a good job with the pitching.
And correct me if I'm wrong, like you guys are like the Sox experts.
But I'm not an expert for sure, but I watched a little bit of the Red Sox.
I think it's very tough to scrap your whole coaching staff and expect to win games.
100%. Yes.
It's different. It's different from hockey.
That's just dysfunction.
Yeah.
The Golden Knights tried to coach 10 minutes before the playoffs started, and then now they're in the Stanley Cup. Like, it's very different.
And it seemed like the locker room was divided before that with the younger guys and older guys, and some guys wanted Cora, and some guys thinking.
Well, the older guys wanted Cora because Cora got along better with the older guys, and the younger guys wanted probably something new because I know Cora didn't care so much for the younger guys.
Shame.
But again, you just got rid of
spending at the end of the day.
You got rid of
a lot of the problems that we have, just spend on hitting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. Completely agree.
Anyways, I heard about your last. I heard you had one more take about fried raviolis from the last podcast.
You want to talk about fried raviolis?
Let's get into it a little bit.
I don't know. And clip this and put it on the Instagram. I don't know a single person who eats fried ravioli on Sunday before football games.
Are you crazy?
Thank you. Hey, I mean, I'm all.
What is your nationality?
I mean, you're taking.
Thanks, Sulo.
Italian, but I'm not eating fried raviolis before a football game. Like, you're leaving things like hot dogs and hamburgers off the like.
Dude, I'm taking fried ravioli. I eat fried raviolis before football game every Sunday for football games way more than I eat hamburgers and hot dogs.
Hey, I'm not saying like fried raviolis are terrible. Like, they're bad. I love fried raviolis. I'm not gonna sit here and say I don't, but it's not a Sunday food. Like, I don't think Sunday
food. Dude, it is the Sunday food.
No, it's not. I'm not gonna lie. It's a great snack to have. Mom makes a great fried ravioli. I love it during the football season. You can't put that on a list though and expect to win.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys are crazy for that. Crazy.
No, that's not popular enough. I don't think people are gonna be like, "Ooh, I have to have a fried ravioli." People are gonna take a mozzarella stick, like I said, over a fried ravioli. Yeah. Can we also go back? This is something else that I want to talk about too, because one of my buddies brought this up. How did you take buffalo chicken dip over the chicken wing for a football food?
That's not crazy. That's not ridiculous.
That is 100% crazy.
Because let me break down the rationale of why buffalo chicken dip is being taken over a wing. Because 50% of that plate of wings, I'm not going to want to eat because 50% of those are drums. And then about 25% of the 50 that I do want to eat, or even 75% of the 50 that I do want to eat, I don't want to be an asshole and take all the flats because I know the flats are the best one. So I'm taking a few. So if I'm going to sit there, I can just take the chips and I can just scoop that dip all day. Where if I'm eating wings, I'm going to take 3 or 4 flats.
By the way, Michael, that drum and flat take you had last week, I'm going to say, probably the biggest thing I've ever agreed with you on. I can't lie.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
I don't think I've ever agreed with you on something more than I do with that.
You know what? I thought you were going to say the opposite.
I thought he was too, and I was about to get really excited for a second.
We've had our major disagreements, Anthony. You know what? We can find common ground on this.
Yeah, I do. All right, I think I'm going to end it there, fellas.
All right. We appreciate it.
We appreciate you coming on.
hopefully have you many more times. We'll have you in person. But we appreciate you,
Yeah,
Sulo.
I'd love to be on the show anytime. Thank you, guys.
Sounds good.
Catch you, bud.
All
See
right.
you, Sulo.
Have a good night.
Good night.
All right, that was Anthony Cisulo right there with a couple of
Shout
his
out to
takes.
Anthony. Good guy. Cares deeply about sports. Knows a lot. Whether he knows the right or wrong stuff, that's something else. He's very
I think that was
passionate.
crazy with the Craig Breslow thing. And again, with Craig Breslow,
I think the Sox.
I'm not a Craig Breslow guy. I'm really not. You guys are all aware of this now based off of what our conversation right there.
Would you be fine keeping Breslow if they get rid of
Henry?
John Henry?
That's not going to happen. John Henry is the guy. He's the only way that John Henry leaves is if he sells his team, which is not going to happen.
That's what I'm saying. You'd be fine if they sell the team and Breslow stays.
No. No. Everyone's got to go.
I think it was very easy to put the blame on Cora and put it on all the coaching staff and hope that.
I'm not saying that Cora was doing the right thing. I'm sure Cora was.
No, but I'm saying that Cora should have never been fired.
Cora shouldn't have been fired. No,
I don't think so. I think he was put in a shit position.
He's just.
Sorry for cussing.
He's the second or third best coach, I think, in all of the MLB, and you just let him walk or fired him and let him leave. I just have so many problems with everything, and I understand why he had to do it. He had to do it to save his job, to see that it was trying to make a point that Cora was more so the problem rather than the team was the problem.
Clearly,
It blew up right in his face, and personally, I think that he should be fired right now, if not within the next couple of weeks. But unfortunately, the Sox said they're not going to do that. They're going to wait until the end of the year, if anything. Or I think they're going to do what?
To fire Breslow, or you're saying?
No, I think that's a possibility. They could fire him by the end of the year. Or I think what they're going to do now, they're going to take the even cheaper position because they're not going to have a season most likely next season. Or if they're going to have a season, it's going to be very shortened. They are going to hold on to him because, A, that saves money rather than bringing in someone new who's going to cost more money. Because God forbid you want to spend more money on a good baseball team. And you're going to keep having suckiness. You're not going to have any success.
Much agreed. It's frustrating for sure as a Boston fan.
Yes, when I was listening to sports radio today, I mean, you got to agree with it. There's not much going on in the summertime, but when the Red Sox are good and there's a buzz around Boston.
Yeah.
There's a special buzz around Boston.
Fenway Park's just a special place, and the Red Sox
remember. I'm not saying that the Red Sox were great last year, but remember like how they were just overachieving. And do you remember just listening to going to the games and just listening to how special that park sounded every night?
Yeah.
People cared.
Yeah.
You had the red wave going.
And the one thing that
the real red wave. I'm not talking about the dumbassness down in Philadelphia Phillies. You guys are not a real red wave. Boston Red Sox, Fenway Park, Green Monster. That's a real red wave.
The one thing that I think that people still care, and I think that people.
And that's what hurts.
It's hard to care when the ownership has done this poorly, but I think that people are still showing it the best they can and expressing their dislikes and the fire or sell the team chance. But Boston fans are passionate. The Red Sox fans are passionate. It's a passionate fan base. Like we said, it's the number 3 market in baseball. They should be
top 3 market, if not top 5. I can't remember exactly what number they are and spend or what they should be.
When you're spending top 12, that's unacceptable.
Yes,
you're one of the.
You have no cap
You're one of the
space.
biggest brands in the world.
The thing with baseball too, there is no cap in baseball. So you have the Dodgers, for example. They can go out. They have the most money. Whoever has the most money as a owner, you're gonna have the best team. You have the Dodgers, for example. They have Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts.
Yep.
They have complementary pieces. They have oh my gosh, who's the right-handed one right now? I'm blanking on his name, but I'm blanking on who it is.
We get the point.
But they have so many key pieces right there, and they're going to keep winning for years and years and years. And this is what the Red Sox should be doing. They should be somewhat competitive with this Dodgers team. They should be competitive with this Yankees team, but they want to hold out on their money. And the thing
when you got guys like John Henry, who's one of the top richest owners in the MLB and one of the top richest organization or ownership groups in the MLB, and they're saying that they want a salary cap to be placed into baseball, it's just a bad look.
It's a really bad look.
It's a bad look.
And the thing with them too, and I hate to say, they're never going to leave Boston. No. They're making so much money.
Yeah.
Think of it too. I don't know if you've been to a game yet this year, but when I went to a game, and like it was just no matter how badly they stink,
Sold
that
out.
stadium is gonna not they'll either be sold out or close to sold out just because of the historicness that people want to keep going there, and us Bostonians and even like other people who just want to come visit like historic Fenway Park, they just want to just watch a game and they're gonna pay the money to go see it. So John Henry's never gonna be leaving this place unless people stop going to the games, which unfortunately is never going to happen. And we're going to keep having John Henry and mediocreness unless something changes in his heart. He's like the Grinch. His heart is there's 3 sizes too small right now. He needs to grow back what he had when he cared about this team, when he cared about this city. And he's got to stop caring so much about Liverpool and Fenway Sports Groups and all the other organizations that he's a part of. And he's going to care about his first baby that he ever bought, which was the Boston Red Sox.
And the fact that we have a good fan base and we're not going to stop showing up to games is kind of being thrown back in our face at us, which is like kind of sucks. Because he's just going to keep making money off it,
right?
And I don't know what the balance is to get them to sell the team, and not like because you can't not support the Sox. Like I don't know.
No, you can't not support the Sox. I tune in every night still and watch the games. It hurts me.
You still have that hope. You still have that hope.
I don't know what it is. I don't know if I like the pain, basically, of going through it every year or every game or what.
It's just we know how good it can be, and we know how good it once was. And there was a time when John Henry was spending.
Yes.
A long time ago.
Just I'm even thinking back to that 2018.
Great Red Sox.
8 years ago when he actually cared. Think of that lineup.
When do you think? Yeah, I know. Legendary.
Mookie Betts, you had
Xander
Bogaerts, JD Martinez, you had
Rafael Devers,
you had
JBJ,
Jackie Bradley Jr., you had Andrew Benintendi, you had all those Brock Holt, even who was not. I'd say he wasn't a key piece, but you know,
Sox legend, so.
He would come in still and he would get the job done. And you had pitching too. Think of the pitching. You had Chris Sale as your number 1, David Price as your number 2. You had, I think it was Rick Porcello was your number 3. That is insane.
When do you think this all started going downhill with the Red Sox?
2020 during that COVID year.
Is that when they got rid of Xander?
No, they got rid of Xander 2 years ago. That was
2 years ago?
Yeah, it was during COVID, and that was, I believe, their 60-game season. They just let go of, they let Mookie Betts walk during that season. Or if not, it might have been the season after. It was either 2020 or 2021. They let Mookie Betts walk into free agency and go sign a deal with the Dodgers, which might be now one of the worst trades, or one of the worst free agency walks in all of MLB. That's up there with Babe Ruth going trade with the Yankees. That's up there with letting Shohei Ohtani walk now to the Dodgers. I mean, you can just go on and on.
Mookie Betts recently said on a stream with Aiden Ross, legit 6 months ago, that he would have retired here.
He would have retired here.
He said he didn't know any better. Like it's like he loved it. He would have retired here.
Think about it. If you still had him, I'm not even saying Rafi Devers right now, but I'm saying, say that you still had Mookie Betts. Say that you had, with this core right now, you would keep, I would say, Wilson Contreras. If you had Roman Anthony healthy right now, like you could have a legitimate field. I mean, both outfield and hitting as well. All you need is 3 solid batters. You need 3 solid batters. A 4th one would be even just bonus points. But with this pitching staff and the fielding, you could have something. Yeah. But you have, even think of who was our third baseman last? Alex Bregman. Think of him. They didn't want to pay him.
So the moral of the story, they don't want to pay anybody.
No, they don't want to pay anybody. They'd rather win the deal and try. I don't want you for long term. I want you for 3 or 4 years, and I want you for this amount of money. I would love for you to come here for this price. If you want to get an 8+ year contract and go someone pay through the nose, go have fun. Go get the money that way. And you know what?
There's like
that's such a loser mentality.
Such a loser mentality. In sports, for the ownership groups, in most places, there's like a hunger to pay people, get a great team, because then you can sell tickets, make a bunch of money back, and you invest and you get a great return on investment. But like we said with the Red Sox, like people are going anyways, and they're still making their money without spending. So I don't know what the solution is, to be honest. I don't know what it is. I think
You're just between a rock and a hard place
Got-
right now if you're a Red Sox fan. And
Henry needs to be forced out.
unfortunately, I think that it's just it's going to be a dark time ahead for Red Sox fans going forward too, unless John Henry has a change of heart and wants to spend again. I just don't see this team really going anywhere. I think they're just going to be middle of the road, occasionally be walking into the wild card, getting bounced first round of the wild card, if not going to be towards the bottom of the league going forward.
And like, not to keep dragging this conversation on the Red Sox any longer, do you think it's almost a sense of pride for him because he's been so like talked to, so much shit has come his way that he doesn't want to be proven wrong and doesn't want to spend and then win? He wants to try to find a way out without spending and be like, "Ha, I told you so."
No, I just don't think he cares anymore. I think he says, I've had 4 championships here. He goes, I think I have my flowers due. I think if someone sees me out at a restaurant, they should be paying for my meal, is what I think is what he thinks right now. And I think that he also is like, you know what? I got 2 or 3 other teams to worry about right now. The Red Sox are the least of my worries. He goes, is what I think is what he's thinking right now.
Such a shame.
It is a shame. And it's very frustrating as a Red Sox fan. And all I'm going to keep saying, guys, is just stay positive with the team as much as possible. Don't be as positive with John Henry. Don't be with Fenway Sports Group. But just be positive. Just do whatever you can as a Red Sox fan to keep staying a Red Sox fan. I'm going to keep trying my best to stay a Red Sox fan too.
We almost need like a Fenway strike. Just have like 1 million people go sit outside the stadium instead of going paying for tickets. Anyways, that's besides the point. Let's jump in. I do want to jump into the Celtics offseason really quick.
Okay.
Celtics obviously underperformed in the playoffs, lost in the first round of the Sixers, who then got swept by the Knicks, just showing even worse, or just showing even more how far behind the Celtics were from contending this year, even though I think they were the most talented team on paper. It just didn't work out. So I think a lot of changes are going to need to be made, and I don't know what they are. I think Jalen is at the highest value he will ever be in his career after the season.
Yep.
Came off an MVP season. He's an athletic type of player. It seems like over these next 3 years, it only goes downhill after these. So do you want to sell high? Do you want to try to win a championship with him and Tatum again? Bring in a few pieces around him, which we've tried for the past few years. My biggest concern is with Tatum and Brown and the pieces that we have had around them over the past 6 to 7 years, no pun intended. We need to have at least 2 to 3 championships by now. I'd say 2. One, great, greatest time ever. Super thankful for it, but it almost seems like an underperformance.
They should have gone back to back. I think they should have won last year in 2025. I think that who did they lose to? The Pacers?
The Knicks.
They lost to the Knicks. I mean, losing Tatum was a real killer.
It did.
But
Tatum had 40 that game, and who knows what would have happened at the end of that game. Say he didn't get hurt, but
they shouldn't have even been in that position, though.
Yeah, never should have been in that position.
They were down the whole time, and people kept saying, oh, it's going to be a comeback. It's going to be a comeback. And, I was really they just couldn't get the energy out at that point. And I know that they were battling other injuries with Porzingis. They were battling injuries with Holiday. All those guys were battling injuries. And it was time to move on from them, I agree. But last year, they also should have stolen the chip, I feel like. If they were going to win a championship, that was going to be their second ring right there, going back to back.
So right now, Giannis Antetokounmpo is on the trade block. It seems like he is going to be out of Milwaukee in about 2 weeks before the NBA draft comes up, which we haven't really talked about, but we're not going to for now. Giannis basically has said he wants to be traded to Boston or Miami. Over the past few weeks, it has seemed like the Celtics were out and not really.
Has he said himself that he wanted to come to Boston?
Correct.
Okay.
Because Boston is his number one choice.
I've heard people saying, I heard that the rumors kept coming back today. Oh, there is a good chance he's going to come back to Boston. I just never heard him say personally, I want to come to Boston. I've heard
he hasn't spoken on himself, but NBA insiders like Bill Simmons was saying today, it's between Boston and Miami as the two teams he'll accept the trade to, really, which it sounds like he has say in it according to Bill Simmons and these other insiders.
Mm-hmm.
And he said of those two, he wants to go to Boston because it is his best chance to win.
Okay.
The Celtics now they're saying are interested in Giannis. They said today that everything is on the table except for Jason Tatum.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts? Do you want Giannis in a Celtics jersey next year? At what cost? What do you think about it?
Oh, of course I want Giannis next year.
The only concern I have is that he's 31.
He's 31.
Granted, Brown's 29.
Think about this. Who really hurt you this year in the playoffs? Who hurt you this year in the playoffs? What skill position hurt you in the playoffs this year? Center hurt you, right?
Which I have a major problem with. I love Ron Harper Jr., but you cannot start him in a Game 7, but we'll save that for a different time. We started Ron Harper Jr., Game 7. Didn't get any playoff minutes for that. He was a two-way contract at the beginning of the year. But I could go on and on about that, and I'll save that for another time.
There's a couple of things. Number one, I loved Neemias Queta this year. He was fantastic.
He stepped up big. Stepped up huge.
Oh, my God. He was fantastic
I wasn't expecting much from him, but he was amazing.
I still think he's a backup center, personally. I think he's going to be
if we can
if you get Giannis this year, he's going to be a backup center.
If we can get to a point where Queta's our backup center,
that's going to be scary.
Be in a great position, yeah.
And then originally you had, who was your other center really this year for us?
Luka Garza,
who
they brought in Vucevic, which was a train wreck, but
yes.
He is out. It's already been told that he will not be returned to Boston, basically.
Yes.
So I'm not going to really talk too much about him.
But I want to go back to Luka Garza real quick. Yeah. He outperformed what I thought he was going to be this year. He was nothing special back. He was in Minnesota, correct? If I'm correct.
Yeah.
In Minnesota.
Really not getting any minutes.
He wasn't getting any minutes. He was very mediocre at best. And
he works his ass off.
He really worked hard this year, and it really showed for it. He got valuable minutes in the first half of the year, and then Vucevic came, and his minutes really demolished. And I really think that, when Vucevic was struggling, they kept trying to stick with him. They were trying to stick with Queta, but you really had to try to make that switch. Like you said, Vucevic was it was a great trade at the time. We needed a big guy. I was all for it.
Anthony Simons, like at the time, Tatum was coming back. He was the roster was in a weird spot.
Yep.
I'll make that.
I was very excited for it.
I was expecting way bigger.
Yes, I agree. I was very excited for it.
Yeah.
And now and then turned out to be one of the worst trades I think that Brad Stevens has had in his tenure with the Boston
I think that might
Celtics.
be one of his few misses ever.
Yes.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen. And I'm not blaming Brad at all.
Whatever.
Brad has done unbelievable with us here, so there's no way that I can be upset with Brad in that case. But that was one of the very rare misses. And I think that Giannis is going to be a huge help if he ever did come to Boston with Queta, and you'll have Garza probably back next year as well, I think, because I think he has one more year left on his contract.
And a lot of people have a problem with every three-point shooting that has happened.
I'm one of those people that have a big problem with it.
I don't see too big of an issue with it. I'm more of a statistical guy. A lot of people like you don't like it, but I think having Giannis here immediately alleviates that.
Yes,
because
he's going to be
more so. You don't have to change
so.
anything. Just having him as a presence there immediately changes how the team plays basketball.
Yeah, he's going to be a mid-range guy, or he's going to be a one let's take it to the basket, and I love it.
If he can take it to the basket and kick out for those threes, and we can find a common balance, I think that would be great.
Imagine him. I'm not even gonna say Tatum or Brown or White right now, because I think unfortunately that one of those two are gonna have to go. But imagine Giannis down on the block, kicks it out to either Tatum, who kicks it to White, or kicks it to Pritchard for an open three or an open shot, whatever it is. I think the ball movement is going to be so much crisper and so much cleaner if you have a big man in the middle. And defensively too, basically having another a Queta on steroids is what Boston would be used to. It would be like having Kristaps Porzingis back in 2024 as if you get Giannis, except stronger and meaner in the paint is what I think it's going to be defensively too. I think he's going to be a real rim presence.
What are you willing to give up for Giannis Antetokounmpo to be in a Celtics jersey next season?
I hate to say it, but there's.
You want me to tell you what I want?
Sure.
I just think that Jalen's time has passed here. And I think that now, if we can just do a Jalen for Giannis trade, maybe add slightly more. Hopefully not too much.
What do you
mean
more? What would you add? Would you add a first round pick to it, or what?
Yeah, a lot of people right now are talking 2 first round picks, which I think is crazy.
Yes.
Jalen's 2 years younger. Just came off of borderline MVP season. Giannis hasn't been able to win anything in a long time. But with that being said, I think if Giannis comes here, immediately the Celtics are in a better spot than they were this season, because Tatum and Brown play the same position. Now we're stronger at center with one of the best players in the NBA in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Still have strong guards with Derek White and Peyton Pritchard, and have Kata coming off the bench with Baylor Shireman and guys like Ron Harper Jr. and guys that have stepped up this season also coming off the bench. I think that is a Celtics team that could win over the next 3 years for sure.
For sure. Now, would you do if you did put Jaylen Brown in the trade package? Are you only doing? Are you doing only one first round pick, or are you doing? Because I feel like
they want to. It sounds like
on top of Jaylen Brown.
Yes.
See,
which I struggle with.
That's tough. I would do a first, I would do a second, and I would do Jaylen Brown. Or I would do a first, I would do maybe a bench player.
I trust in Brad.
And yes.
Whatever he does, but
I just feel like 2 first-round picks and Jaylen Brown, who you could argue and say he was. I argue and say that he was a top. I think he got snubbed of, in a way, first team. I think he's anywhere between 5 and I think 8 in the NBA right now is what I would say.
I don't get how he wasn't first team All NBA, but he was in the MVP conversation.
Yes, and you're also, I'm not. Giannis gets screwed out of it because of the 65 game rule. He was not a first, second, or third team All NBA player this year. Brown was, and I think if you're doing that with the 2 first round picks, I just think that statistically, it's an unfair advantage for the Boston Celtics. But it is Giannis, and like I said, he's insane. In past years, he was all first team NBA, so you can argue with that as well. But I don't know.
The last thing I'm going to say,
they're both getting older. Is the thing.
I think the Celtics have leverage in this trade is just because A, this is Giannis' number 1 trade spot that he wants to go to. B, Jaylen Brown offers infinite more value than anything the Miami Heat could offer. The Heat's packaged around Tyler Hero, Nikola Jovic, and then a bunch of picks.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. The Miami Heat don't have as. If anything, they're going to be more so just talking about picks related with Giannis. And
I think if the Celtics
do you think that Bam Adebayo could be something that they could go for as well? Just because he's another big as well.
Yeah, I thought that too. Which I don't understand why they're trying so heavy to bring in Giannis when they already have Bam Adebayo. Basically just rolling with 2 centers. Doesn't make much sense to me. And then also the Bucks are saying that most likely Bobby Portis is going to be included in this trade, who is also like not a center, but basically he's like a tall forward who's like plays big. So I don't understand why this trade is so heavily talked about for the Heat without giving up Adebayo, which I don't know why they would want to give Adebayo either. I don't know why Miami wants him so bad. I think the Celtics need him, and I'm willing to give up JV for it.
Yes.
I think. For the right deal.
Oh, 100% the right deal.
Which Brad's not going to screw us. No way.
No, I don't think he would either with this one.
Yeah.
And the thing with Brown, too, Brown bases a lot of his game based off of athleticism. He uses athleticism to his advantage.
He's 29 now.
He's 29 years old. He's going to have he's in the middle of his prime.
Yeah, peak of prime.
Going to have about 2 more years, I'd say,
I think next year he could have a season similar to this year. Then after that, it slowly
starts to dwindle.
Dwindling.
Yes.
And he's become more skilled over the years, but he's heavily reliant on his athleticism. Like Tatum, for example, I think is a guy who will stick around for a long time. He's more of a skilled guy. He's 6'10", he's strong. No athleticism really needed to his game. Like barely.
Yes.
I wouldn't call him an athletic player. Like he is athletic, but it's not like he's jumping out the gym. It's not like he's super quick. He's super skilled. He's clutch. He hits a bunch of shots, and he's a perfect build for an NBA team.
Right, and with Giannis too, he's very athletic as well. I'd compare him more athletic like Jaylen Brown than skill-wise like Jason Tatum. But with the difference between Jaylen Brown and Giannis is about 5 inches, maybe 6 inches. Pause. Anyways, I just think that the height is really going to be a big factor as Giannis gets older, especially as a defensive presence. I think that that's going to go a long way for him, more so than Jaylen Brown.
Like Giannis' stat line this year was like 20, almost 28, 10, and 5.
He'd look good.
Unreal.
He'd look good in a Celtics uniform.
He'd look amazing in a Celtics jersey.
What number would he be? He can't be 34 anymore, unless Paul Pierce retires it.
I think if Giannis comes here, I could see him going.
Can't put him in 7.
I could see him being like a 32 guy. I could see him being.
Well, 32 is McHale. That's no longer a number either.
Um.
Besides the point.
Yeah.
I'm just saying he can't be 34. He won't be.
Is it disrespectful to rock 7?
Yes. You can't do that early to him, to Brown.
Yeah. And Brown and Giannis already hate each other. So if Giannis gets traded for Brown next season, that game's gonna be cinema.
Yes. That should honestly be Christmas Day, if that's the case.
100%.
Celtics
got to be back on Christmas Day. This year was disrespectful.
They got robbed this year. Jaylen Brown should be very upset with the NBA, and I am all 100% for it. I have no disrespect for Jaylen Brown. I love Brown. I love him. I was always, even, I was earlier on Jaylen Brown than Jason Tatum growing up.
Yeah.
And
unfortunately, seems like his time's coming to an end.
It is. I'd say if you're going to split the two up, now is the time to do it. Mm-hmm. They've won a championship together. You've seen what they can do.
It's just got first rounded this year by a team who got swept by the second round team they played.
Yeah.
Like, it just shows how behind we were.
Yeah. I think that you have to go a different route, possibly. If you can somehow only do draft picks, if that's the case, and get Giannis with Brown and with White, keeping them somehow, and there's no way that Milwaukee would do that, but if that was ever the case, you got a good team. You got a team. That's a problem.
Team. Yeah. I'm gonna clip farm here for the Instagram. So forget I said that. That's gonna be cut out. So I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Would a team of 5 Victor Wembanyama's be the greatest team of all time and go 82-0?
Fine. Am I making up the greatest team of all time, or is it like a team that has won, like
if you put
the 90, like the 95 or the 96 Bulls or the 2017 Warriors, or am I combining like a Michael Jordan, a Steph Curry, a LeBron James all together? I'm just taking one
about
team.
Right now. If you
5 Wembanyama's,
current history of the NBA, and you take a team next year and it's 5 Victor Wembanyama's starting at 5, are they the greatest NBA team of all time?
They're up there. I don't know.
Are they the greatest?
They're up there. What I've noticed this series is, I think Wembanyama at times looks out of shape. I know that he's playing, like you said, 23 out of 24 minutes is a lot of time, but I'm thinking back to that game 1. I don't know if there was just too much adrenaline for him rushing through his whole body or what. He looked gassed out there. He's got to get in shape.
So you're not giving it to him yet?
I'm not giving it to him yet. I'd say eventually, maybe, give it 3 or 4 years when he's been in the league. He's won a couple titles and has a couple MVPs under his belt. 100% give that.
He's got a long way to go till then.
Give that man his flowers.
It will happen probably.
Yes, I think that you can argue and say 10, 15 years from now, when it comes to the end of his career, I don't know how long he's going to have because he's just that tall.
Mm-hmm.
But if he ever
stays healthy,
there is talk where you could put him in the GOAT conversation with Michael Jordan, LeBron, Kobe, all those guys.
I don't see a world where Victor Wembanyama plays 15 seasons, doesn't
get injured. No, I don't either.
No, but I don't see a world where Victor Wembanyama plays 15 seasons uninjured. It doesn't become the greatest player of all time. I think he's gonna face injury, like you said.
Yes, I think he's gonna face injury.
I don't even know this Iron Man and just battles every year, shows up in the playoffs. I don't see a world where that guy's not the GOAT. He's 7'4".
I agree. Even a healthy 15 years, I don't know if that's possible for a 7'6" or 7'7" big man. I think that he's gonna have about 10 years maybe in the NBA, maybe 11 or 12. There's just no way that he's going to be like a LeBron where he's 22 years in the NBA, or Michael Jordan where he was almost 20 years in the NBA. I just don't see that happening
If you give him 15 good years, I don't see a world where he's not the GOAT.
Yes. How many titles do you have him winning?
Wemby.
Do you have him beating Michael Jordan with 6 titles?
No. I think nowadays it's really hard to get up there. I think especially with the rules that are written in the NBA and the different laws you gotta abide by, or you're gonna get draft picks taken away. You're going to get the luxury tax of this. Like, I think it's built to not have super teams, and I think it takes away the three-peats, the 5-6 time NBA champions of the past. Like, I think it's a new NBA where it's not out of reach, but it's very hard to do that. And I don't know if he should be judged on the same scale as Michael Jordan was, where I don't know. Michael Jordan played in a completely different NBA.
Yep,
And the new NBA is built on not having that. So if he got 5 or 6, he's definitely the GOAT.
I agree.
We'll see. Wrap it up there.
Yeah. Any closing remarks though?
I don't have any idea.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
Appreciate you.
We
guys
really
being in episode
appreciate.
2.
We really appreciate you guys. The comments, like we said at the beginning of the podcast, we're gonna keep rolling stuff out on Instagram and on YouTube as well every Sunday for each episode.
Yep.
So keep tuning in, keep staying excited, and keep bringing in those comments because every little bit helps us. So
we appreciate it.
We really appreciate it.
We're working on some big things. Gonna have some big guests hopefully towards the end of summer. So much appreciated to everybody who stays watching, stays supporting, and hopefully we can just keep getting better and better every episode.
This has been the Sullivan Square Podcast.
Sullivan Square Podcast, episode 2. Thank you guys.